Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna showcase you a new tower that I've been working on. So you might have heard in the title that there's a question mark behind the impossible. I'm not really sure if this tower is possible, that's the thing. This may be top 1, but I did not really bother play testing it that much, and I will definitely do some fixes. But yeah, I also had to change up the soundtrack a bit since I was not able to get the original songs, and I just changed the Floor 7 song because I wanted to. Yeah, I definitely need to do some fixes. And yeah, this has a lot of fin studs. Yeah, that's one thing that I can recommend you. And I didn't even buff most of the parts. You can definitely notice where each of my buffing session is. I'm gonna give you a hint. My second one started at the floor 2 outside, and that's the one that I'm right now on. This kill brick spinner does not work, but it seems like every other spinner works and kill brick. So who knows, maybe it's a problem with the spinner. I might replace it, since this is I got the tarot kit I wanted to make the tarot screen punchings revamp, but I gave up on that since I really did not have that many ideas actually. So yeah, I mean, if you want to verify this tarot, which I doubt anybody will actually do, you can contact me in the comments, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this is a wall hop, by the way. You need to look at this stud, it's 1 point. You need to really look precise, and there's this one stud which just looks a bit, well, it's no longer there. I think it got fixed. But yeah, I just have some of the worst indication in parts you will ever see. And I mean, I am barely able to do one of these reps. This is the farthest that I think is possible. So every normal rep will be around 11 studs. Every 3 stud stick out will be 3x4 or just a 4x1/2 with the platform is climbable. But yeah, I just put every single song into this tower. And yeah, this part exists. And you have to do raps with it. Yeah, I'm gonna make this invisible soon, as you can see. I'm not even sure if this is possible, so it will stay visible for that time. You have all the stuff. These super funny memes, I guess. Yeah, and look at this floor, bro. If this is not quality gameplay, then I don't know what your standards are. What did I do here? I kind of did not check up on this. And you can really notice that. I also did not do any Z fighting fixes to make this tower feel still kind of like 2 AM. And not just because I'm lazy. Trust. I think this is also impossible. But yeah, if you want to verify this, I don't know, Sketsuna or Monsters blog, if you want to verify this, I don't know. You can do some small touch-ups to make it possible, Right now I'm not even finished. I'm just finished with Floor 5's buffing. And I might do a major fixing, but you're probably, if you're a top player and you want to verify this, you're probably a bit better on knowledge of what is possible in terms of raps than I am. So you can make this still a bit possible, you can, but do not make too many fixes. Do not make too many changes, please. Since I kind of want to be as similar to this version as possible. Of course, if there's some parts which are genuine, any parts that are impossible can be fixed. These can either be nerfed or just, I add a teleporter and this is just a fake jump, and I can add multiple new sections, I guess. I mean, I even have something like that planned. But yeah, I just buffed this tower, so it's even more unfun. And again, like these, I can give you team crate, and then you can edit this game. But yeah, this is, as you can see, not really good. Kind of also got a bit bored, a bit lazy with this part here on 5. I guess not this one here. This maybe is also like impossible to the set. Oh wait, this is very easy actually. Maybe I need to buff this. Yeah, this is extremely easy. This one here, I'm not really sure. Again, also with this one, still you can like kind of make this a bit possible. Of course, to not change up every single thing about this tower. What the hell? Why isn't my WQ working? What? But yeah, floor 6 and like the entire second half has no work got done on it. And I have to say that I replaced floor 7's song because I just hated it and I wanted to use the TOFN song. Okay, yeah, what? And I'm gonna restart real quick because how is that possible? Okay, working now. As you can see, like, this may be top 1 if it's verified. This may be a bit easier if it gets nerfed down. Of course, you can buff sections that you think are still, like, a bit too easy. I, of course, will allow that. I mean, I want this tower to be top 1. Actually, you know. Because it will be pretty funny having something like this up with extremely high quality towers. You know. Okay, I need to move the music box a bit. Yeah, okay, I can move a few studs. And yeah, this is the song that I chose to replace this. It's from TOFN Floor 9. I kind of think that this fits a bit. Since this is, you know, the hardest floor for many. We'll try to make this as, you know, terrible as possible. But of course, the I will also credit the verifier, the creating process, if they, you know, do some fix-ups in terms of, you know, making this possible, since of course they helped on a huge part of this tower, and that is making it even possible. So yeah, you will be credited. Yeah, I don't even think this is able to get qualified for the Eternal Abyss. That's pretty much true, I guess. You know, I mean, this is probably too bad to be even in there. But you know, if anybody of, you know, if the Eternal Abyss wants this tower somehow to be in the game, which I highly doubt, you can contact me in the comments or via Roblox party chat. Of course, if there's a person that is that can talk to me due to Roblox features, you know. Okay. But as you can see, yeah, this is definitely gonna be like one of the hardest floors. Maybe it will even be the easiest as you know, I kind of have this like plan that this is like the easiest floor and it literally has like nothing, like no changes besides like some really free jumps being buffed. That would be pretty funny actually, if you ask me. And yeah, for floor 8, yeah, floor 8, I use the Tarf Extreme Hell music on floor 9, I think. Oh, I already have an idea to buff this. And yeah, these will be a lot thinner. You can count on that. You know, like the only Sonic Mania song that that is in this tower that I was able to use is Floor 9. And that's my second favorite one. Actually, I love both every 3 of these equally. But you know, I like Floor 1 a bit better since it's just so iconic. But yeah, I actually really like this song. And should I tell you what my idea for this is? I'm gonna make this like, you see these spaces between there? There's no longer gonna be a space between them. No, I'm too evil to not let this opportunity go, and this will be a lot thinner. That's what I can say. Maybe I will even put this a bit down to make this even worse. Who knows? I actually have some people in this for this floor. But you know, I'll probably like somewhere on like the beginning of floor can add like a teleporter, and then you will have to do like an extremely hard wall hop part. You know, which is terrible. You know, this maybe could be top 1. Maybe it will be too easy in the end. But you know, you can kind of buff this, I guess, if you're a verifier. On the easy sections, of course. But again, do not change up the tower too much. Just put in down what's necessary to be possible and top 1. Of course, you don't have to make this top 1. If it's like top 5, I will also like it. You know, just be on like the top 5. Now, this genuinely could be like a pretty crazy thing. And you know, this is like more like quantum processing kind of a tower. If it was a tower, I guess brass processing isn't that bad of a level though. I guess like it's above brass processing, not quantum processing. That's its own version, I guess. But you know, this is like if Can't Let Go was super buffed, I guess. Oh yeah, Wood Trucks did that, I guess. But okay, yeah, I already have some nasty ideas for this floor. And you know what I'm gonna do? 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, start grab. And you know what's that gonna do? 1 start fit-ins. Yeah, this is gonna be a great tower, man. And yeah, if you're that poor soul that wants to verify this, first of all, do you want to, or are you forced? And second of all, good luck. You can once I'm done doing this, it will probably, again, why did this happen? I guess, bro. But yeah, I would also build probably my own wind room. The only bad thing is that I am not able to upload the wind room music. And you know what I love? What's my favorite song that's using 2am? The Last Floor. The wind room's music. And you know, I even have that damn song on my playlist. And that was like one of my first few songs. It's from Sonic CD, my favorite game, by the way. Sonic game. Right here on my playlist. It's literally the 5th song. And it's like it's usually my favorite songs. I only have like 1 song in there, and that's 2, I guess. Why did I put Flag Battery Zone in there? I mean, I don't hate that song, but wow. Yes, but yeah, I have that song on my flipping playlist, and I can upload this on Roblox, so I might need to make a new wind room or something like that. Or you know, if any of like the Ito devs have you know, access to the audio, or you know, any of the creators of 2am seeders, could you give me permission to use the audio? Thanks. Yeah. But this is just gonna be showing you something, and this is basically like a kind of announcement, I guess. It's pretty hard to say. I mean, you know, I still haven't done the second half, and the second half has like 2 really long floors, those being the 7th and 6th floor. Man, this song is so fire. I actually want to add like an extension to this floor, and floors, you know, floor 7 is long by itself, but this one is pretty, you know, short. So I might add like an extension that before that last jailbreak part. And that's gonna have, you know, fin studs and wall hops, yay! But yeah, this is gonna be the worst top 1 of all time. Yay! Hope you're all excited. Of course, if you're, one of my friends on Roblox, you could ask me if you want to, help buff this. Because I think like most of my friends on Roblox are better than me. So, wait. It depends on, but I think most that are like also play Ito are better than me. They're like insane level or, peak rank. This part's gonna have some glitches. And I also have a pretty creative idea for this, for launch. But yeah, I don't know, I may do this. But yeah, see you next time, I guess. And bye.